YouTube, what's happening? It is Thursday, November 21st, and we need to talk about the NBA because there are only 4 games today. It's kind of a short slate, obviously, you can see, but it's still games nonetheless, so we need to talk about them. Yesterday, recap, you can see we had these plays yesterday. You can see how they went. If you want these plays sent to you typed out nicely like this, all you gotta do is go to the website, join the HQ. Pretty simple, right? Boom. Other than that, everything you see here is in the video. I just try to make it easy for you. So that's an option for you if you want it. If not, watch the video. All the plays are here. So we got 4 games we're going to talk about. We're going to break down stats, props, odds, data, schedule, injuries, all the stuff we always do, and see if we can find some kind of advantage that we can potentially try to make some profit on. So drop a like, subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump into the first game right now. All right, first game, we got Detroit and Charlotte, 7-9 and 5-9. Let's look over at the odds and see what we got cooking over here. It looks like Detroit is 1.5-point favorites on the road today. 220.5 is your total. Let's look over at the schedule. We want to open up each team. We want to look at their depth charts. We want to look at who they've played. Why, you ask? Because we don't know if they're streaking at all, because sometimes you're good and bad in sports. You get hot and cold. It happens. So if somebody's on a 7-game losing streak, that matters sometimes. The funk's in the locker room, just things like that. And sometimes you're cooking, you're like 6-game winning streak, it matters. So, and then you want to see back-to-backs, because especially in the NBA of all sports, that matters a lot. They hate playing back-to-backs. Here, you can see they've had a couple days off. That's pretty good. Their last game was a loss to Chicago. This is Detroit, by the way. Depth chart. Let's see who they have. Looks like everybody's good except for Thompson is the only one out. Let's go to injuries, see if there's any update on him. Doubtful for Thursday. Hey, it's better than nothing. We're slowly making progress with him. Then we go to Charlotte. We want to look at their schedule as well. We break down. We see that they played Tuesday. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They've had a day off. Now they're hosting Detroit. Look at the depth chart. Anybody out? There's a lot of injuries. Okay, so Bridges day-to-day. Richards is still out. They just moved Gibbs Taj all the way back down to 4th. He was starting like 3 games ago. So what? Let's look at the injuries. Let's get some updates. Okay, let's not get any updates then. All right, cool, whatever. There will be updates on some of these players, I'm sure, but there you go. There is your team there. So now we want to go to the stats. This is a sheet that I create out of Google Sheets. That's all it is. I take all the information, I pull it from sports sites, I put it in here, I use formulas, and you can see, if I just click one, boom, I use formulas like that where yeah, you can see it. It's yeah, complicated, but still it works. So it gives me all the numbers. It ranks them in a certain way and puts certain colors based on certain numbers. Top 10's green, middle group is yellow, bottom group is red. Pretty basic stuff. So blue is just a number because pace possession isn't a good or a bad thing. I just want to know how fast the team actually plays. So here we look 17 versus 26 because 2-point offense versus your 2-point defense. We want to see who has the advantage. Clearly Detroit has a slight advantage here. 27 versus 4. Well, clearly Detroit's inside defense is damn good. They're 4th, only giving up 50.9% inside the arc. Charlotte, it already struggles as it is. They probably will struggle even more today. That's just how it works. 17 versus 14 is kind of a push, and 14 versus 22 is a Charlotte advantage from 3. And then we want to look at rebounds. These are how the teams grab rebounds, and this is how they give up rebounds down here. So if their rebounds good and this is bad, that ain't a good setup. So you can see how they do. Assist to turnover ratio. This is how many assists versus how many turnovers. You want to be over 1.0. They're at 1.5, which means for every turnover, there's 1.57 assists. Pretty simple stuff, right? For every 1.45 assists, there's 1 turnover. Makes sense? Okay, cool. And then block steals are just blocks plus steals a game. Pretty simple. So that's everything for this game. So far, we don't see any major things on offense. We see a couple on defense, and there's 14 versus 22. We could look at Charlotte 3-pointers. We could look at, if you want to be crazy and play unders, under 2 inside players for Charlotte, under points might be a play too. I personally don't play unders. I just hate rooting against prop unders. I just hate it. I just don't like doing it. So I don't do it. I can get enough plays between spreads, totals, and overs. That's enough for me. So let's go to props. Now this is Outlier. There's a link in the description and the pinned comment. You click it, you sign up, boom, get you a free week. It's worth it. It's awesome. So tons of people signed up. You can see how awesome it is. All the stuff's here. And the numbers mirror my sheet pretty accurately too. So it's kind of nice that we're both in unison. So we know the data is accurate. So I pick a game. I want to pick the first game, obviously. The only game we're talking about here. And we see 100% on a couple games. We have K to get rebounds and assists, 15.5, because dude's a beast. And then him to hit threes. So we'll do both. We'll see if there's any value for either of these. Now, we asked, do we want to do this? Well, K's rebound assists. So we want to look at Detroit and Charlotte. We want to look at Charlotte's rebounds. They're 11th in giving up rebounds and 25th in giving up assists. That's not good on the assists, and rebounds are actually pretty good. Points, they're 26 inside the arc, 14 from 3. So not the best matchups, but we'll still look at it. So pop back here. Let's look at these two, see if anything looks good. Now, we see he's been absolutely cooking recently on points assists, but we want that matchup to be good. We want a nice, crisp matchup when it comes to these things. We don't want to have somebody go, like, somebody read this chart and say, oh, he's hit 8 in a row and he has a miserable matchup. We don't take those. I don't care if you're 100% or not. No, we want a good matchup. That's what matters in sports. Who are you guarding? Who are you facing? That matters so much more. So you see he's been doing good here. He has a pretty good assist matchup. Hell, just his assists alone at what, 9.5? Whew, that's a lot. 15.5, he's been doing good. I feel this number is slightly overvalued because of how well he's been doing recently, but it's still a good number, I think. Threes, Charlotte is pretty much average when it comes to threes. So if you want to take this, he has hit this in 12 out of 16 games for 75% this year to hit 2 threes. It's a pretty good number. It's minus 180 though. That's why it's so good. So if you want this is 120. So there's a couple we could look at. Let's look at some more. We got time. There's only 4 games. So we're going to kind of explain more things for people that don't really understand. I don't explain too much. I know I need to do more of that, I think. So we got Tobias Harris, Hardaway, Ivy. All the assists here are 80%. Now we got a bunch of reds. These are bad matchups, terrible matchups. I know they've hit 4 out of 5, but just absolutely miserable matchups. I hate taking those. We don't even look at those. On the oranges, we'll look at it. 12th is too low. I like to look at it 17th for 80%. I'll look at Miles Bridges to hit some threes, or maybe Grant Williams to hit threes, because we know they shoot a lot of threes. Bridges day to day, that's a little concerning. I try to probably look at injury reports. We want to see, are they hurt? Because if they're hurt, they might not play, or if they do play, they might only play a few minutes, which is going to burn us regardless. So I try to stay away from injured players. But in today's world of sports, who knows who's injured? Everybody's probable, apparently. So let's look at the threes. Grant Williams, how you been doing for threes? You've been great out. The last game, you did nothing. What is this? You've hit 10 of 14 for 71%. You've hit 2 threes. It's good odds. I think it's better than Cade, because Cade's numbers are, I mean, yeah, they're good, but dude has been just 180. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna take Cade off. I'm going to play as RA just because of Charlotte, how bad they are against assists. Let me show you what I mean. They're 25th at giving up assists, which is great. I can see him dishing out 10 plus assists pretty easily. Throw in those 6-7 rebounds he could probably grab. Boom, we're cashing tickets right there. That's how it works. So pop up here. Let's look at Miles Bridges. Now Bridges has been shooting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a cell phone tower. Got some perfect signal over here. Got the bars. 155. If he's good to go, I mean, yeah, you can see what he's done. Now, people are going to see that and be like, oh yeah, he shot 5. I like this better. 71% of the season, 10 of 14. Grant Williams is going to take his threes, and they always leave him open for threes for some reason. It's like they forget he can shoot. So it's 115. I'm going to take Bridges off. He's only hit 7 of 11 for 64%. I'll take him off. I'll rock with Grant here, and I'll take Cade RA because, yeah, the matchup's great, and he's been cooking recently. Now, the whole season, yes, he's only hit 63%, but sometimes you just got to look and see, okay, something changed. Something happened where he just changed his game up a little bit, and clear as day what's happening. So, great matchup. We're going to roll with this and this. On the side in total, you probably wonder what I'm taking here. I'm going to... based on the numbers here, honestly, 17 there is a lean Detroit. That is a lean Detroit heavily. That is a push, and that is a lean Charlotte. So I'll take Detroit 1.5. There's only 4 games. Let's have a little fun with it. If there was more games, I might pass, but you know what? Let's have a little fun. And I'm a Detroit fan this year. I like the fact they don't suck. Sue me, I like it. Hey, be good. I like when the worst team last year does good the next year. It's good stuff. So we're going to take Detroit. We're going to take G. Williams. Let me show you what I'm taking so you can see it. We're going to take some G. Williams over 1.5, 3 colas. And then we're going to take old Cade here. Cunningham over, was that 15.5? All right. Yeah, I like that. He snatches boards. Look at his rebounds he's getting. 10, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8. Like, dude's playing like a center. Like, he's like a baby Jokic, literally a little Jokic. So we'll take those 3 plays and let's go ahead and bounce over to that next game. All right, now we're on to the second game. It'll go a lot faster because I'm not going to explain everything now because I've already explained it in game 1. So Minnesota and Toronto, 8-6 versus 3-12. Not the best. Toronto is struggling. So numbers, let's see what they are. Currently, we have Minnesota 7.5 on the road. Minnesota has been losing the most random games this year. Have you noticed that? 225.5 is your total. Let's look at the schedule, what I'm talking about. We pop open Minnesota and Toronto. Let's look at Minnesota. They're losing games like they're losing to Portland, who's not good. They beat good teams, lose to bad teams. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you lost a back-to-back to Portland, literally back-to-back at Portland in both games, and it wasn't even close. They whooped your ass both times. Like, and they didn't even have like some of their players. Like, what? I don't get it. Anywho, I dive. So look at the depth chart. Let's see if anybody's hurt. Conley's day to day. Dante DiVincenzo is day to day. What's wrong with you two? What happened? Back. Well, I mean, he's hurt from carrying the team on his back last game, obviously. Yeah, it makes sense. And left great. What the hell's a great toe? Left great toe sprain. You mean big toe? I never thought about calling my toe great. I might have to go forward doing this. My great toe. Toronto. Let's look at your schedule. Feel fancy and proper now. All right. They beat Indiana somehow. Hey, look at this. They lost to everybody. And none of these games were really competitive. I mean, maybe that one, but yeah. But then you beat Indiana randomly. It's just, NBA's weird sometimes. Sometimes the numbers mean absolutely nothing and the weirdest shit happens. So, depth chart. That's why they call it gambling. You're going to lose 40% of the time. Did you know that? Yeah. You're going to lose 4 out of 10 times. That's just stats. They don't lie. Maybe 5 out of 10 sometimes. Scotty Barnes, why are you in the lineup? Are you actually back? What are we doing? Are we back now? Updates. Let's see. You're out Thursday. You're questionable Thursday. Questionable Thursday. So Scotty's back pretty much. Enough. He's questionable. That's good. I don't even know who the hell you are. And quickly will not play. Wow, look at all the injuries. That is crazy. So, hey, so Scotty Barnes is effectively back in the lineup where he's to the point where he's no longer out. That's good. They just need to update that quickly. Okay, let's go to the numbers. Let's see what we got. 6 and 4. They are great shooting teams. That is for sure. Versus 22 and 2. So inside the arc is where they can do their damage. 4 versus 2. Who would have thought the 3 and 12 Toronto would be the second best 3-point defense in the NBA? I bet you didn't know that. Hell, neither did I until I just saw it on the screen. Amazing, I know. 21-23 versus 15-11. That is 2 Minnesota advantages. That's a Minnesota advantage, and that is a push. So that's 3 Minnesota advantages on the road at Toronto. I'm going to take Minnesota 7.5. If I get 3 advantages, I tend to go with the spread if it's under 10 points. So I'm going to go Minnesota minus. Now, don't be shocked if this is one of those weird-ass games Minnesota loses, because they like to lose random games. You can see all of a sudden you flip on the box, because no one's going to watch this game, let's be honest. You're going to flip on the box score before you go to bed and be like, oh, how'd that Minnesota game go? Toronto won by 7? It's one of those, it could easily happen. So if you don't love the play, don't take it. That's all you got to say. I take it, it's a stats lean that way. I don't have a love-hate regardless for it. Some people take plays, well, you took it, I'm taking it. Don't do that. Do your own research. If it makes sense, then you take it too. That's how that works. If you don't agree with me, don't agree with me. Make your own plays. There's tons of people in the comments, they'll comment, hey, I didn't take your play, but I took the premise and I did some research and said, I'm going with this play and I cashed. That's what I want to see. We're all working here together. So my style doesn't work for everybody. It just doesn't. So let's pop the props, see if we got anything good over here. Ooh, we got some, I got excited. I saw some hundreds. That's the last game. Let's move on. Ooh, we got a bunch of 80s. We got some great matchups. What do we got? McDaniels assists. Nas Reed. I do like me some Nas Reed. Dude is just a walking bucket. 14, 13. What the hell are these numbers? All right, we'll look at those. We're not looking at McDaniels. 14 is not good enough. 8 are miserable. Let's see. McDaniels. I'm not doing 2.5 steals block. I hate steals blocks. I put them up there because some people care about it. I don't like playing them, so I'm not going to play those. So I got 2 props I clicked on. I got McDaniels assists. I don't love it. It's only 57%, 8 to 14. Even last 10, it's even worse. So no, go away. And then we have Nas Reed. I said the walking bucket himself, 16, 15. Yep. Some games, and in some games he just gets points and nothing else. Well, what's your PRA? Ooh, which are just points. I like his points, but it's 14.5. Toronto is like the worst team inside, and he can even shoot threes, but that's not what Toronto's really good at stopping that shit. So, damn, how many threes has he been actually making? Because he shoots a lot of threes. Yeah, see, do you see, most of his points come from 3, and that's not good against Toronto, so I'm going to take him off. All right, so I think for this one, who would score inside? Because he shoots threes. Gobert doesn't really score much, period. So who's the depth chart we really need to look at here for Minnesota? Randall? I guess we could look at Randall. I mean, I'm not loving it already. I guess we could look at Gobert. Because Gobert better not be shooting many threes. He better not be. His big ass needs to be under the basket. Let's look at your big ass. Right there. No, I want this. Yeah, they're expecting him to have a big game. His PRA is set at 24 and a half. He's over 5. Okay, what's his points? It's at 11 and a half, and he's barely hitting this number. Dude, what are you? You are just not good. Not good at all. What's your points, rebounds? Not good at all. I need some effort here, people. Effort. Yeah, see, that's effort. 35, 26, 20, but you're not shooting many threes. Okay, yeah, you are shooting threes to him. Okay, so Minnesota lives and dies by the 3. They're trying to be 2016 Golden State, apparently, and it's not working out too well for them. So I'm going to be honest, I'm taking Minnesota off. I was going to play at 7.5. After looking at those props and thinking about it, I think I'm just going to pass. Them on the road, I could literally see Toronto winning a game by 7, which popped in my head. But then I can see Minnesota win by 32. So we'll pass completely. Let's move on to that next game. Game 3, we got Utah and San Antonio. Utah's 3-11. I wouldn't have expected that. Not much green on the screen. That's a sign right there for you how this game's going to go. We got San Antonio minus 2.5 at a 223.5 total. Let's pop over to the schedule. Was it Utah? San Antonio, I'll open you up. Let's look at your schedules, what you've been up to, any back-to-backs or anything. You played Tuesday against the Lakers and lost. You on a 3-game losing streak. Now you're playing at San Antonio. This is the last leg of your road trip. You're at 0-3 on said road trip. So depth chart. What we got? Clark's is day-to-day. Walker Kessler's out. Let's see why. Is he coming back anytime soon? You're questionable, and you're ruled out because of your hip. All right, old man River. Let's look at San Antonio, your schedule. Let's see what we got. You won your last game against the Thunder because Chris Paul went off, surprisingly enough. How that happens, I don't know, but he did. Yeah, so that was Tuesday. You had a day off. Let's go to the depth chart and take a look now. Chris Paul's now day-to-day because he went off so much he hurt himself. And Wemby's out. And let's see, Wemby is out Thursday. We will not have any Wembenyama. Okay. Chris Paul's questionable due to a left thumb sprain. Collins is questionable, and Vassal's out. Who the hell's going to play? All right, so we're going to have Mr. Champagne, Harrison Barnes, and, well, you're out. Charles Bassey? Who? Malachi Branham, Stefan Kessel. Maybe, yeah, it's going to be a small lineup for him. You can tell what it's going to be, especially if, like, Paul doesn't play also. Trey Jones, Castle, they might be worse of looks, so let's go to numbers. I said numbers. There we go. All right, let's see. A lot of Spurs advantages, but not when half your team's out. So let's see. 20 versus 12. This in Utah is not good. Just not good. 25 versus 13. That's Spurs. 20 versus 12 is Spurs. 12 versus 29 is Spurs. 16 versus 23 is Spurs. Spurs have the advantages in all 4 offensive categories. Either way. Rebounding, 13 versus 17, and then 6 versus 4. They're really good at not giving up rebounds. Both teams are. That's about all they're good at. Jeez, they're so bad. They're the second worst team in assists. They're second worst team in giving up blocks and steals. They're the 23rd worst at 3-point. They're the second worst at 2-point, but they don't give up rebounds. That's all that matters. But this team is not the same team. Wemby's not there. That's the biggest thing. Wemby's out. Vassal's out. Chris Paul might be out. Let's go. It's Spurs 2.5. Without Wemby, this team is barely... they're probably just as bad as Utah. Just saying, they probably are. This is probably more of a Utah game, but this is already a pass, I can tell you. But let's look at the numbers. We got a lot of props here. We got Castle we're going to open. Harrison Barnes. I'm not touching Chris Paul. No, Chris Paul's at that point of his career where if he's hurt, he might not play. So, yeah, let's not touch that. Sexton to hit threes. When did he start shooting threes? I don't know. John Collins to hit assists has a miserable matchup, because Spurs are really good at not giving up assists. So 100%, but we'll still look. Sometimes it might be so good that the matchup doesn't matter. We'll see. For the 80% stuff, Chris Paul rebounds, assists. Are you kidding me? Come on. Hell no. And then steals blocks. Like, come on. And Filipowski, we got to look at that too. Because the matchup includes going up against Wemby, who is not there. So maybe Filipowski might be the move. It might be. Let's see if he is. Let's go PRA with him just so we can see what he's been up to for the whole season. He scores and gets rebounds. He barely gets assists. So what's your PR? Is the next question I want to know. 14.5. What was this against the Lakers? You only had 3 and 5. That's not good. Your numbers have been, Ugh. Okay, go away. Can't do it. Can't do it. I need more. I need more. That's all I gotta say. I need more. You've been getting assists. How's your PRA been doing? Somebody can score inside on San Antonio. Wemby's not there, so I mean somebody's gonna score. 16 and a half. Ugh. It's like they know. All these numbers have been bumped because of Wemby. I swear. I'm not taking your assists. I just don't like it. Yeah, you've hit this 11 out of 14. Um, but they play him so weird. I don't understand how they use him. I don't like Utah's coaching staff. They just do weird things. Sexton hit threes. San Antonio is 13th in 3-point defense. He's been shooting a lot recently. He just like didn't shoot much, and all of a sudden he stepped up. He's like, all right, I got you. I'll start shooting threes. Now it's plus 105. Interesting. Maybe we'll see what the other ones we got are. Harrison Barnes, they hit a couple assists. Oh god, no. He had 20 points last game. No. No. And then last one is gonna be Castle. I think Castle might do. It's so hard to do his number to see what he's been doing because he doesn't do much because he doesn't start. So no. If there's anything I'll take, it'll be Sexton hit 2 threes. I don't want to pass to complete this. I'll do it. I'll do it. Let's do it. It's over 1.5. I'm used to seeing 2.5. 3 points. If you don't like it, don't take it. That's all I gotta say. If you don't say, ooh, I agree, I like that, or my numbers say yeah, don't take it. That's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna take it because I want a little bit of action. So we'll take Sexton, hit a couple threes. I'm not touching the side. I don't know what could happen. Total, it's what, 223.5. Both offenses suck. Both defenses. Well, Utah's defense isn't good, but San Antonio's team isn't there. So I don't want none of that. Just give me Sexton, hit 2 threes, and we'll call it a day right there. Move on to the next game. All right, last game with the 4-game slate. Not the best slate of games. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of disappointed in the slate. This game might be the best one of the 4. So, Orlando and Los Angeles. Let's look at the odds. You can't see them. Let me make it where you can see them. Open it up, and we have Lakers by 4.5 with a 216.5. I wonder how much they have bumped up Connect's numbers after the last game. I wonder. I bet they boost them a lot. Let's see. Let's look at the teams. Let's open them up, see what they've been up to. We know Orlando played yesterday. I'm almost positive they played yesterday. Schedule. Yeah, they did. I had 2.5 against the Clippers, and they lost to the Yacht Club after having, see, they had their streak ruined. 6-game win streak, gone. Just gone. So now they're here back-to-back games. I hate back-to-backs, but hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. They don't have any, all they have is Wendell Carter out, and if he didn't play yesterday, he's not going to play today, I don't think. I can't see him playing today. Yeah, you ruled out Wednesday. I don't see you. And no update on Manchero, sadly. So, Lakers. Let's see, you're on a 6-game win streak yourself. Last game was Utah. Now look at their 6 games. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Sixers, not good. Toronto, not good. Memphis, they're okay. San Antonio, not good. New Orleans, absolute trash. Utah, not good. So, yeah, not the best 6-game win streak. So people are going to pump that and be like, oh, look, they won 6. Orlando's the best team they're playing in the last 7 games. Even without Manchero, easily the best team. Depth chart. Connect 4 is now starting. Reeves is the point. Rui, LeBron, and AD. Nice. That is a beastful lineup. The way Connect 4 is playing and Reeves, man, I like it. It's exciting. So let's go to the numbers. See what we got. 9 versus 23. Well, if you want to score on the Lakers, you're going to score on the inside, surprisingly enough, against AD, oddly. Orlando is the worst 3-point shooting team in the league, 30.5%. It ain't good out there from 3 for them, so they like to score inside, clearly. Let's see, 11th and 11th versus 3 and 18. So you're not scoring much on the inside against Orlando. Hell, you're not scoring much at all. They're number 1 in defense. They are the 3rd slowest team, though, so it kind of factors in. 18th from 3, so the Lakers can do some damage from 3, which that's going to be Connect. I'm going to tell you right now. Connect and Reeves going to shoot a lot of threes this game. 24 for rebounds. They 10th, so that's going to be a little battle. 18 versus 16. Yeah, I so far don't really see an advantage either way. So let's pop over here. See what we got. 100% is Suggs, steals, and blocks. I hate it, but so 100% we open them up. We open up all 100% in the last 5 and 80 in the last 10. Pretty good too. Frank, as somebody on ESPN called him, Frank Wagner. I think it was, who was, somebody called him, who was that? I think it was Perkins. I think it was Perkins called him Frank. So it was like, what do you do? What? LeBron assists. Orlando is the 2nd best team at giving up assists. Look at that, 2nd best. fourth in blocks. Their defense is just nasty. We know Orlando is known for their defense, so taking anything against them is going to be threes. That's the only thing you can really take against them. At Lakers, you can take the twos and the assists. So maybe points assist, that might be a play. So let's go find those plays. Let's just do that. So let's just, we'll look at the 100 real quick. It's because people want to see it. There you go. If you want to take it, 75%, 12 to 16. Good stuff. Minus 190. Pass. You can do it if you want. I got other plans in mind. Points assists. Come on, Frank. Points assists, not points rebounds. PA. There we go. Points and assists. It's not the best. He doesn't pass that much. Which PRA? Somebody. Not the best. Okay. Let's keep looking. Let's go. Let's break up Reeves. I want threes for Reeves, and I want connect threes. Can I get connect? There you are, Dalton. Dalton. 2024. Three cola. Now, this is a straight up gamble, I'm telling you right now, because he hasn't played this much, and all of a sudden he's been balling out. 2.5 for minus 125. Yeah, I'll take that, even against Orlando. That's the one weakness Orlando has, is from three. And they're not even that weak. They're only 18th. So I'm going to take connect 4. Connect over 2.5 threes. Now, if you don't agree with it, don't take it. That's all I got to say. Don't agree, don't say. Only if you agree. Only if you agree. So I'm going to take it just because sometimes you got to ride the hot hand. See what happens. Let's see. And then Austin Reeves, let me look at you. Look at your assists. Have gone up since you became the main point guard. Your threes are still doing good. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna go connect 4. One, it's just fun to say, and because he wears number 4, it's just great. I mean, come on, marketing galore. Frank, oh Frank, what am I gonna do with you? I don't know what I'm gonna do with you because I don't want to take anyone else. Any other numbers we got? We don't have many good greens, not many at all. Frank, rebounds, assists. RA for Frank? Hold up, we might have some. We might be cooking here. Hold up, but points too because he doesn't shoot many threes, and you can score on the Lakers. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm going F Wagner. I got to specify with Orlando. There's 2 of them. Over 38.5 PRA. Someone got to score for them. And if you're going to score on the Lakers, you're going to score on the inside. That's how we do it here. So we're going to take those 2 plays. Now, side and total, I have no damn clue. The Lakers are favored by 4.5. They're playing good. Orlando's the best team they're facing, though. They just lost their winning streak. I mean, it's a great game. So I think we're going to leave it alone. I think we're going to call it right there. So we go to the schedule. We pop up the NBA schedule, see that all the Thursday games are done. Tomorrow, though, we got a bigger slate. We have, was it 8 games on the slate? Good deal. So we have 8 games here. I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you watching. Go here if you want the plays typed out for you, sent to you every day for all sports, not just basketball. So appreciate you watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for some Friday NBA. Peace.